You've probably seen this on YouTube or TikTok. A singer steps onto a quiet stage, holding a note so pure, so perfectly pitched, that a wine glass sitting nearby begins to tremble. It wobbles, it vibrates, and then shatters. What's wild is it doesn't take volume to shatter that glass. It takes resonance. The frequency of the voice matches the natural frequency of the glass, and when they align, the energy amplifies, not linearly, but exponentially, until the system can't contain it anymore. Now, take that image and swap the glass for motivation. What if your gamified system, your missions, your rewards, your feedback, weren't just running in parallel, but vibrating in harmony? What if every mechanic reinforced the others? What if users didn't just interact, but felt pulled, carried, lifted? That's what happens when systems resonate. Today, we are talking about resonance. Not the physics of sound, but the psychology of systems when everything clicks just right. This is Physics of Gamification, where we borrow from the physical universe to understand how engagement works and how to build gamified systems that actually move people. I am Hakan Özer, co-founder of Motivacraft, and this episode is all about alignment. Not perfection, not complexity, just tuned mechanics working together to hit emotional frequency. Let's get into it. In physics, mechanical resonance happens when an external force matches the natural frequency of a system. The result? Amplification, energy transfer, motion that grows with very little extra effort. It's how a swing goes higher when pushed at the right moment. It's how bridges have collapsed when wind matched their vibration. It's why soldiers break step when marching across one. And here's the twist. As I mentioned earlier, it doesn't require more power. It just requires the right timing, at the right frequency, in the right direction. Now, what does that mean for gamification? It means you don't need to add more features to make your system more engaging. You need your features to resonate. Let's briefly talk about the opposite of resonance, dissonance. I want you to picture this, or for the unlucky few, maybe even remember it from experience. You join a gamified sales platform. It looks polished. It feels promising. You are told the goal is to build strong, consistent habits, long-term performance over quick wins. So you dig into the mission structure. You see a month-long progression path, encouraging relationship building, pipeline development, patience. But then you glance at the leaderboard, and it updates every day. The top spots are dominated by whoever logged the most calls or closed the fastest deals, not the most strategic ones. You check your rewards, and they are tied to weekly point totals. But those points come primarily from short-term bursts, not the behaviors the system said it values. And just to top it off, every morning you get a motivational nudge. Keep going, you are on fire. Even when you have just come off a slow, reflective planning week. You're left wondering, wait, am I playing the long game? Or am I sprinting for daily numbers? What I have to do? Nothing's technically broken, but everything is out of sync. It's like trying to meditate while a marching band plays behind you. This isn't just noise, it's friction. Cognitive friction, motivational friction, and emotional fatigue. And here's the real danger. People don't always quit because your system is boring. They quit because your signals don't line up, and their brain gets tired of tuning in. Players aren't confused because the system is weak. They are confused because the system is out of rhythm. It's like three drummers playing different tempos in the same song. Technically, they're all doing their job, but together, it's pure chaos. And in gamification, chaos leads to fatigue. because the brain can't keep switching frequencies. So what does resonance actually feel like in a gamified system? It's not flashy, it's not loud, but when you feel it, you know. It starts with one mechanic setting the tone, say, a mission structure that invites users to aim for weekly goals. It's paced, it's intentional, it gives you time to build momentum instead of rushing for quick wins. And then you realize, the leaderboard updates weekly too. No daily scrambles, no erratic jumps, just a slow, steady rhythm that mirrors the flow of your own effort. You push a little more midweek, and that small nudge is reflected not just in your points, but in the way the system responds. By Friday, rewards unlock. Not instantly, not constantly, but at the moment that feels earned, timed, meaningful. And just before the weekend rolls in, you get a little notification. A message that says, "Nice work this week, your focus is showing." You didn't even notice how tightly things were tuned until it all clicked. The mission, the leaderboard, the feedback, the rewards, they weren't just functioning side by side. They were playing the same song. And that's resonance. It doesn't demand more energy. It just makes the energy you already have go further. It doesn't push users harder. It pulls them in because everything feels connected, purposeful, emotionally timed. That's what mechanical resonance looks like in gamification. And yeah, it feels really good. Let's be real. Resonance isn't something you can just slap onto a system like a bonus feature. You don't add resonance, you tune for it. It's more like tuning a guitar than bolting on new parts. So, where do you begin? Start by figuring out the core action your system is built around. Not everything, just the heartbeat. Is it weekly check-ins, daily streaks, long-term progress? Whatever it is, that's your base frequency. That's the rhythm everything else needs to move with. Now ask, does your feedback match that rhythm? Because if your system is trying to reinforce weekly behavior, but you are pinging users 5 times a day, that's static, not signal. Pace matters. Ping too fast and users tune out. Then, take a look at your rewards and motivators. Are they aligned with real effort, or are they scattered across random achievements? When extrinsic rewards like points or badges echo the emotional progress users already feel internally, that's when things click. But if they clash or cancel each other out, it gets noisy, fast. And here is something we don't talk about enough. Emotion has a rhythm. Excitement, calm. Anticipation, payoff. People don't feel in straight lines, they feel in waves. Your system should move with that. If it's all peak and no valley, users burn out. If it's all calm and no payoff, they drift away. When you design for resonance, you are not just aligning components, you are conducting an experience. This isn't about stacking more mechanics on top of each other. It's about making them sing. This week, take a moment and listen. Not just what your system does, but how it feels. Ask yourself, are your features amplifying each other or stepping on each other? Is your feedback too fast for your progress? Are your rewards timed to feel earned or just handed out? Find the feature that's out of rhythm and either retune it or turn it down. You don't need more features, you need better harmony. Next time, in episode 20, Black Hole Mechanics, we'll explore what happens when systems take on too much, too many rules, too many features, too many layers, until the weight becomes unsustainable. Overcomplexity doesn't just confuse, it crushes. Until then, stop stacking, start tuning. This has been Physics of Gamification. Thanks for listening.